Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see the number 21 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Buckeyes have been waiting and waiting, and finally the moment is coming and the opening of the season. And he's not going to take the touchback. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They'll go to the ground. And the visitors have nothing doing as they are greeted rudely on the opening play of the game. It can get pretty wild in the Big 12. Some of these outposts are like snake pits when you have to go on the road. Got to get off to a quick start in conference play.
It is always wacky, Reese. Like, there's always something that happens in the Big 12, and somebody comes out of nowhere in the Big 12 every single year. So starting in conference play, these games start to really matter, really add up, and the pressure amplifies.
It's so true, too. When you think about the Big 12 conference, it just seems like teams get caught sleepwalking. So you've got to start fast. And the challenge, I think, for these coaching staffs, these two teams, every week they've got to have their team ready to go, and it starts today.
Let's take a little step back and have a look at Georgia. Every team needs those big dudes up front, and man, they got a mauler from the high school recruiting ranks. Big 4-star D lineman. David, what's his adjustment going to be like?
Well, you see the excitement from the fan base and the reaction. It's all over the place, and you understand why. Because just being able to have that size at that position, play the defensive line, is so important for these college teams. He'll fit right in.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Kick is in the air. Typically, at this spot on the field, you make a fair catch. I'd call that risk aversive, but it is good field position. Wants to adjust the pattern. He'll start this drive going to the air. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Ohio State. They had quite the ride last year, made it to the semifinals, couldn't finish the deal. Regression or redemption?
And today we're going to find out, and that's what's cool. Last year did not finish the way they wanted to, but they did get to the playoff. That is an accomplishment. Now, did that raise the level of intensity for these guys for a whole offseason, Jesse, and do they come out better?
I think it has. I think the sense of urgency on this team has actually gone up. There were a lot of people patting them on the back last year. Yeah, you didn't win it all, but you made it to the playoff.
Brings it to the open. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 35. Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds his man. It's West. Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. The Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. Motion from the back. Looking to throw on 1st down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Chancellor. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. This is a kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Second and 10, he'll throw again. Makes the grab. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes. They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better. Timing and better execution, that is just what a quarterback and wide receiver need.
And it's timing, it's route running, right? You got to be precise. You got to know exactly what yard you're running to. The quarterback receiver on the same page. That's why you get the touchdown.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Oh, he's got a chance. Got enough for the 1st down. He's loose. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Georgia. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
And he finds the end zone. I tell you what, man, this guy's going to be a force. You look at this offense, they find different ways to get him the football, different ways to use him. 3 times now he's entered the end zone, and not even 2 full games yet. This dude's a playmaker.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. The give to the single back. And some room to work. There he goes. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening. That gives him 54 yards for him on the ground now. What a first quarter for this guy. And the Buckeyes just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. They'll try the run. Hard running there. And he'll go down, but he delivered the business end of his stiff arm to that defender on the way. As they unpack the pile, it's part of Ohio State's DNA to have a lethal running game.
And this is a trend, Reese. We can go back as long as you want to go back, and we can go back a couple years to J.K. Dobbins, and we can go all the way back to Eddie George. They always find great running backs at Ohio State.
Finds a little bit of room. Give him a couple down to the 23.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. Good timing on the quick out. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Well, the offense trying to attack the perimeter of the field in the passing game. And how about the sweet feet by the receiver on that play?
Who doesn't like a little dash of the arts with their football? A little ballet moment there. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
QB decided not to hand it off on that RPO. Defense, great job taking the throwaway, now setting up 4th.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
Trying to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there.
Man, oh man, how about that play by the linebacker? I'm thinking, I got to get the run, I got to get the run. Oh, I see the quick pass, now I got to break on it and go catch this really, really fast guy over here. And how about the job he does, getting him on the ground, nowhere to go. Nice closing speed by that linebacker.
The Bulldogs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. This is a designed run. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Hang on, Sloopy, the Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. Quarterback will keep it. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and you know, it's just and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's so hard to defend.
One of the things I like about this defense is their DBs are not afraid to put their face in the fan and go tackle. And you saw it that time with the quarterback making a great play, tackling the quarterback on the option for a big loss.
Looking to scramble. Going to try to get it himself. Nice run there, picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds. Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. A run for the quarterback. Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41. The Dogs are marching down the field. Harris will throw. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. He got it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Dogs.
Sometimes it's players, not plays, or sometimes it's both. And when you got that guy and you put him in the slot and you let him burn for a go route right past a nickel corner or one of the reserve corners or a safety, that's a great job by the offense, and that speed you can't teach, and that's why he's in the house for 6.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Boy, that last drive, they had a chance to put 3 on the board and passed. This one needs to be productive, David.
Yeah, I got no problem with aggressive.
Looking deep. Makes the grab at the 30. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line. This offense has to be feeling it after that last one, and they'll snap it 1st and 10 just outside the 20. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking downfield on 1st down. Touchdown, Ohio State. Made the grab in the end zone for the score. Extra point here will tie the game.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
He's on the loose. Can they catch him? He's run out of bounds just outside the 20 and the 21, and you couldn't ask for better field position. Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. As productive as these two offenses have been early, you really can't afford an empty possession here.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Harris back to pass. Makes the grab on the left. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Big 3rd down in the red zone, and this crowd is getting behind this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. This quarterback part of their running game. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
Yeah, and he calls his own number, tries to go get the 1st down, but he just couldn't get to it. Nice job by the defense, locking in, not letting him get that extra couple yards that he needed to get the big 1st down.
Wants to throw on 1st down. The quick out. Out of bounds at the 27-yard line, and this offense needed a play like that. The Buckeyes come to the line in the hurry-up.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that 1st down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Let's talk just for a second about Ohio State. They had some holes to fill on the roster. They've gone into the portal. They brought in a pretty decent haul. How good do you think this staff feels right now addressing those areas of need, David?
Well, I think you feel really good about bringing in quality depth, experience depth. But now the trick is to merge it with your other guys and everybody get on the same page.
Breaks free in the middle. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver. They can do that. They can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
With the run on 1st and goal. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a baller.
Oh, they're after him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Pressure affects quarterbacks, and this guy's one of the best in the nation. I don't care how talented you are, but if you're being hit, you're not going to throw completions.
It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. They bring him down, but not before a really good return sets up this offense in solid field position. Time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Toss sweep to the left. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Harris will throw. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Intercepted. Yes, even a Heisman Trophy contender can have a miscue. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
He wants to change this route. Finding open areas. Nice gain of 6, leaving them with 3rd and 4.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Buckeyes come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back. A 51-yard field goal is not really unreasonable in terms of range, but they'll try to convert on 4th down. Wide receiver going in motion. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Got his man. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
He gets just inside the red zone and goes out of bounds at the 19. And the Buckeyes have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Takes it the other way. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake, hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Pedal to the metal right now for this offense. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. Here on their 3rd possession, they're still taking shots way down the field, and why not? Give the defense credit finally. Something good happens for them to get the incompletion, but if I'm this quarterback, I'm still throwing it.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Harris back to pass. He'll take another shot here. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here. Late in the first half, they're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Georgia sends out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. No chance for a return. He makes the fair catch at the 26, and that's where they'll go to work. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Wants to go up top on 1st down. He's going for it all. Snags it all the way. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Georgia will kick it deep to start the 2nd half. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They'll move the wide receiver. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll open the 2nd half on the ground. Past the 1st down marker and still running. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, you're going to be hard to stop.
To the air on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wideout. The give to the right. Running to Green. Turning it on. And how much running room have they been able to find just all day? They are piling up unbelievable rushing stats.
Yeah, defensively, you better be ready to run east and west when you're playing against this offense and their running game. That time, the offense was able to outflank the defense to the right side for a big play.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. He's looking to pass. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
This defense is taking some punches.
And this offense trying to be physical inside the 5-yard line. I get it, but I tell you what, Palmer, this quarterback has earned some trust from me with the day he's had.
Yeah, right now he's thinking, put the game in my hands. I'm playing well, and I'm seeing the defense well. I see what they're doing from a coverage standpoint.
Touchdown, Buckeyes! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Aggressive, man. This offense does not want to waste any time. They try to score quickly. 3 passing touchdowns in this game.
And he puts through the extra point. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Let's see what he can do with the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Last time they had it, didn't pick up the first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. Finds us back in the middle. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10. Georgia going up tempo.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now, get ready for another one.
On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
And the Bulldogs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Harris will throw. Keeps looking downfield. He'll pull it down. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down, baby.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the third and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires one high and deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay off. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Looking to throw on first down. Using the quick game. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Quarterback making checks. Second down, he'll throw it. He's moving out of the pocket. Looking to the big tight end. A strike downfield. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals.
You can tell this quarterback did his homework coming into this game. He has been dissecting this defense with his arm and his mind. Over 300 yards passing now.
They'll send the back in motion. Looking to throw on first down. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling the rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. Haven't seen a lot of balls falling complete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
This time he's got his man. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Defense really hurt itself with that penalty. Now it's 2nd and 5. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. Quick strike through the air for the score. And with the way he's throwing it right now, there are some big names at the top of that record list. J.T. Barrett, Dwayne Haskins, Justin Fields might be getting ready to move them down a notch.
And moving those guys down, that's a day. That's the day you dream about. That's the day where the ball's barely touching the ground. You're in a zone, and everything is going your way.
Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. These DBs going to give a little cushion. Harris back to pass. Fires to the tight end. There he goes. He was just a breath from taking that one all the way, and he'll run that momentum right into the 4th quarter. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. They want to run this quarterback. Oh, a lot of space. And he takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line. An explosive play for this offense.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right? And having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back into 16.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the fourth quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
Touchdown, Bulldogs! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
They get him stopped, and he was close to taking that one a long ways down at the 38. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
And I think QB's rushing, especially in the RPO game. You want to get that ball. Okay, I'm pulling it now. I got to throw a strike right now and get it on him. And you can tell, throws it to the left and doesn't get it to his wide receiver. It's just maybe a little bit of hurrying too much.
The give to the lone running back. Just ran over it. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Makes the grab. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
He has been the go-to guy on offense all game long. And on a critical third down here in the fourth quarter, surprise, surprise, guess who they go to? That guy.
The offense changing the play. Looking downfield on first down. Lets it fly. Working that left side. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball. And because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it. 2 straight completions now back to back.
Wants to throw on first down. He'll take a shot. Balls it in. Defense knocks him down immediately after the catch, but now they're facing a goal-to-go situation from the 7.
You got to love how they just continue to do what they do. It's the fourth quarter. You got a lead. There's no reason to get conservative. We're a passing offense. Great job on first down. Better job on second down. This offense continuing to stay in a rhythm.
They'll run it on first and goal. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Well, I think this home environment was just too much for their opponents to handle. There's been unbelievable noise and energy. The crowd showed up today, but how about the playmaking on the field? These guys have got dudes all over the field, and this kind of win week 1 sends a statement and reverberates all across college football.
Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Harris will throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Makes a catch at the 15. Just what they were looking for, a huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. Now from inside the red zone. Finds his man. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Going to work in the red zone. They can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, but a really good job of blocking by the return team. He's out to the 44. First snap of this drive comes from their own 44. The give as they work on that clock. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
This is an area of the game on offense you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting first down, so you have to be able to run it.
He might want another play. They beat him again. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. Got it looking for a first. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Buckeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Punt is on its way. Excellent job on the punt. Bounces out of bounds at the 5, and they'll have 95 yards to go in front of them. They are backed up. Defense smelling blood as this drive starts at the 5. Harris back to pass. Had it in his hands, and he dropped it. Thought he had another big play, an interception. He'll have to settle for the PBU. It's 2nd down. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Back to pass on 2nd down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move. They were backed up in their own end. Now a bit of a change of sceneries there across the 35, 1st and 10 from the 36. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Here's a throw downfield late. Intercepted deep in his own end. Got some room to run. Takes it back inside.